Hello everyone, this is Professor Kent. As per requested, I'm recording this video for a company called China. So the first thing we needed to do is we needed to download the files from the publisher site, which I already did, and I already unzipped the files, and the files are open. So now this is the transaction that we have to complete. So what they said is the bookkeeper or the accountant only comes on March 5th every week, 1 day a week this person works. So we're allowed to advance the date to March 5th, then 12th, then 19th, 26th, and 31st. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to advance our date. I'm just going to navigate it so that I can see both. So we're gonna advance the date to March 5th. So we say okay. So my first transaction is happening on March 1st. When you advance your date, you have to make sure you change the date on every transaction that you do. So what we're doing is we're doing a purchase order on the March 1st, and we're purchasing from BNC printing services, and we are doing invoices. We're ordering invoices. So it is a payable. So we're doing a purchase order. So we are going to do double click, or you could just double click on it, or you could do the drop down window. In this case, the name of the company is BNS Printing, and what we did is we got the box of new invoices. So we got the box of new invoices. So I'll just say box of new invoices, and the price of the amount is $100, and the HST is going to be $13. Purchase order is 106, and like I said that we needed to check the date for each one. It automatically comes to the session date, but we needed to put it into March 1st, and the delivery date is March 5th. So let's put the delivery date to be March 15th. So we have done the transaction. I will record the transaction. um, so it is saying that I needed to put something in the order, so we'll do it in the order, and we'll say, and we done our first entry. My second one is on March 1st, and what we're doing is we're paying for an advertising. It's a advertising in Your Town newspaper. Vendor is a new vendor, and the term is 15 days, and they said use the appropriate account for the default account. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new vendor, double click on it, and it is called Your File. We can create a new town, and it's Your Town newspaper. And they told us the address. I'm just going to cut and paste to make my life easier. And city is Your Town. I'm just cutting and pasting it. So sometimes I think this takes longer than the other. Control X, Control V, and it is the person's name is Stanley. And they said the option, they use the expense. We're going to be doing advertising with them. I'm going to find an account which is an advertising expense. Then there's are not exempt. We are going to charge 13%. We're going to pay 13%, and then we needed to put it in, instead of the 210, it's going to be net 15. That's what they said. in the that's what they said. So what we did is we received an invoice from them. So I'm going to save and close, and we're going to create an invoice for these people. So it's a purchase invoice. Double click on it, and it is called Your Newspaper, Your Town Newspaper, and the invoice number was 1099, and it is on March 5th, 1st. And what we did, advertising. And the cost they said was $200. So if you were to report, display a journal entry, your journal entry should look like this. Okay, let's move forward to the next one. Let's see what is my next one. So March 2nd, we needed to, what we did is we purchased something. And what we purchased it from, purchased dinner plates, 30 dinner plates, code is DP25. And we purchased it from specialty manufacturer, and the date is March 2nd. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to advance the date to March, not advance, change the date to the 2nd, and it is from specialty manufacturer to 10 net 30, and the item is DP. Double click DP01, and we purchased 30 dinner plates. And this is invoice number was 361. And so if I were to display just journal entry, it should go into my inventory account, which will be 750. HST on purchases are 97. The total amount is 84750. So what we're going to do is we're going to advance the date, and we're going to go to, we sold. If you sold it, we have to go to receivables, or we have to go to the receivables, and we sold it, and it's an invoice. So double click on the sales invoice, and who did we sell it to? We sell it to your actual last name. So whatever your actual last name is, if you don't have it, you needed to add it. So let's add you're going to put it in your name, whatever your actual name is. So that's what you're going to be doing, your actual name. So I'm just going to control C, and I'm just going to add this customer. I'm just going to put your actual name. So you're going to change it to whatever your actual name is for the purposes of marking, because you get marks for putting. So we needed to know that this is your file. And it is, sorry, I didn't, for some reason, I didn't have the postal code. You can cut and paste. So I'm just cutting and paste, making my life easier. It is, the limit is 3,000, and it is net 15. So option will be, there's no 210 net 30, and it is, option is they only they have to pay this in 15 days. We have, and the taxes is HST. You're gonna go to statistic. The limit is here at $3,000. You save and close. And now what we're gonna do is we are gonna sell it to them, and invoice number is 5270, and it is March 3rd. You change the date to March 3rd, and what we are doing here is LS01. That's what we're selling. So double click under the item number LS601. The quantity will be 1. We have 1 luncheon service, so we are 1. So the quantity is 1. So when you go here, you go to report. You should have your cost of goods sold and my accounts receivable. So this should be the entry. So we close it and we post it. So now the new invoice PO is converting into an invoice. The invoice number is 875. So what we have is we have a purchase order is converting into invoice. You could find the order, double click on that order. Sometimes my system is a little slow, and we're converting it into an order on March 1st, and then you have to convert this into an invoice and change that into quantity, and automatically becomes, and it is, the number is 875. Invoice number is 875. So when you go here, you should have extra charge to store supplies, HST, and accounts payable. We are done. Then we are going to go to the next one is my we are going to post this transaction. They said that the order is filled. Okay, and we say okay. The next one is specialty manufacturing returned the 4 plates that they ordered on March 2nd. So on March 2nd we ordered it. The invoice number was we ordered it from them. It was purchase order was 361, and what we're doing is we're doing a return. So what we're going to do is you are going to do a return. When you do a double click on the purchase invoice, we're going to look at specialty. The invoice was 361 RT for return. We're returning it. How many items? We're returning, I think we purchased this from the DP01. We're returning 4 of those plates that we ordered. And we are now from the March, we purchased it on March 3rd. 2 days are gone by. So you have to say, take this 2 days out of here, 2 days out of here. So we all have, I am going to show you the journal entry to make sure you have the right entry: accounts payable, inventory, and HST. So what we do is we post it and we say close. And then what we're going to do is next we're going to advance our date to March 12th, because the person, that bookkeeper, only comes once a week. So I'm going to advance my date to March 12th and do all the transaction up to March 12th. So in this case, on March 6th we sold it. If you sold it, you go to the receivable, and who did we sell it to? We sell it to Plates and More. So double click on it, and we sold them a dozen bowls. SB, like I said, that sometimes the system is a little slow. SB01, and we sold them 1 dozen. 1 dozen have, it's each, so we sold them 12 of them. And the invoice number doesn't, it says the normal terms, so normal terms are 210.30. So I will change the date to the 6th. I will have to display the journal entry to show it to you, and it should look like this: accounts receivable, cost of goods sold, and my inventory, HST, and your sales all. And I will post this transaction, and we are done. Now we are going to go to 6, issue the receiver journal, HST owing for the month of February. So we're going to make a payment. It's going to make another payment, but we needed to know how much do we owe. You could go to the trial balance. When you go to the trial balance, you have to put it in the February 3rd, the February 29th. When you do that, you're going to look at it, how much do we owe. So what we owe, if you look at it, we have HST is $800, and HST on purchases is 100. So what we have to do is we have to reverse what we did. So HST on sales will be debit, and HST on purchases will be a credit of 100. So we're going to go to the purchases, payables, sorry, and we're going to make a payment, and it is make other payments. And we're going to make a payment to Receiver General, and the first one is the amount is 800. Sorry, my I just wanted to turn off my so it doesn't bing, so it doesn't bother you in the thing, in the video. So the next one was your 26. You have to do. I will say all. I'm looking for my HST account on purchases, and that will be the amount will be negative 100. So if you go to your display your journal entry, if I display my journal entry, my 800 should be on the debit side and my HST on the credit side. We're going to make a check payment of $700, and it is on the date. The date was the 6th. You're going to do an advance a date to the 6th. So we have done what we needed to do. So I will have to post this transaction, and we are done with that. We are going to go to my next one. Let's see what is my next one. We close it. It says issued on March 7th, plates and more returned 5 bowls that we sold it to them. So they returned it. So it's a sales return, and the original sale was when did we sell it to plates and more? Oh, on the 6th, it's 1 day is gone by from that date. So 1 day is gone by. So what we do, go to receivable, and you're going to go sales invoice, and it is from the plates and more, and the original invoice was 5271 RT, and we are returning it on the 7th, and 1 day is gone by. So I just wanted to do this first before I forget, and that is 29, and return 5 of those bowls SB1, and they return 5 of them, and then we needed to change to sales return. When you display this transaction, you will have sales return and inventory. So that's what you're going to have. So your transaction should look like that. So what we do is we already did everything what we needed to do. I will have to post the transaction. We will say okay, and we close it. Let's go to my next one, which is issued 800 check to Mary Uppel, owner, based on a memo received. The money is for the personal expense. So what we have to do is we have to make a payment. In this case, you can make other payment. We're paying it to Mary Uppel. Mary Uppel is here. So it's a drawing, and the amount is $800, and there's no HST because HST should only be charged on the expenses that the company has. So check number is 625, and the date on the check will be March 8th. If I were to display the journal entry for you, it should look like this. And I will post this transaction. Let's go to my next one. Now what happened is we issued a check to Specialty to pay for the diner price purchase after the return. So we're making a payment. When are we making the payments? We're making a payment on the 12th, and it is to the Specialty manufacturers. So what we're doing is we're paying for so when you do this, you go to the left to the right. So it'll be 721.50, and I will display the journal entry for you so you could see it. So this will be my journal entry. We close it and we post it. This is okay. Now I need to advance my date. I will advance it for a week, so it'll be the 19th, and we'll say okay. I needed to issue a check to BNC Printing. So what we do is we printed invoices. So we call it, this is called a non-merchandise discount. When you have a non-merchandise discount, you have to create another purchase and then post the discount as a non-merchandise discount. So I'll say non-merchant, or you can just say discount. And the actual invoice, the number of the invoice was 871, and DI for discount. And when were we doing this? We're doing it on March 15th because that's when we're making a payment. And the amount, there's no HST on the amount, and the amount is 2% of what we purchase. If you remember, the purchase amount was, we purchase invoices for 100, and it is BNC 100. Where was it at the beginning? Somewhere. Oh, here. 102% of that is $2. So we're going to do minus 2. There's no HST and there's no discount on the discount. So when you display a transaction, it should look like this. Accounts payable and store supplies. Now we're ready to make a payment. So we will post this transaction, and then next what we're going to do is we're going to go to the payment. So double click on it, and we're making a payment to BNS. Again, we're making a payment on the 15th. Make sure you change the date. We don't now, in this is the only time we're not going to go from the left, so you have to make sure you are not selecting any discount on the first line. So you just click on the last line. So if you come in here, you don't have to go, for this one you don't go from the left to the right, you just select the right. That's my check number, and I will show you how my journal entry should look like. We have done what we needed to do, and I will close this and we will post it, and we are done. Let's see what is my next transaction. We have received money from them, and check number is 789, and it's for 116, and it's from Plate and Moore Re 5271. So we are going to receive money if it's a receivable, and we're going to receipt from them, and it's Plates and More, and we are going to change the date to March 16th. So there is a discount. That's the check number. The check number was 789. So the check number was 789. So let's display the journal entry. This is the amount which is correct, and we will post the journal entry. We have next one, issued a check to your town for the outstanding. So we issued a check, we close this. That will be my payables, and we're making a payment. Making a payment to your town newspaper and making a payment on the 16th. If there's a discount, it will automatically come. If there's no discount, we know that there's no discount. So the check number is 628. We are done with this transaction. We are going to go to the next one. It's a received check from your actual last name for the we're receiving it. You go into my receivables, and we're going to receive money from your actual name, and we're receiving it on the 19th. The check number is 788, and there's no discount, and we are done. So before I post it, it should look like this, and we are done with all the transactions. So we will close it, and I will post it. So you can hand it in, whatever your request, whatever your professor asks you to hand it in. So when you do it, this is where you're going to get the reports. I like it from here instead of from the recent reports here. So you're going to go into your journal entries, and it's going to be all journal entries, and you're going to say display all of them, and this is all the journal entry. So this should be your total. So I'm just going to go slowly so you are able to see them. And I am done with this exercise. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel so you will be able to see the new videos that becomes available to you. Thank you again. Take care, and bye for now.